What up, guys? Today's video I want to talk about how we can create our own realities imaginative of other people. I'm gonna simplify that. We can dream up lives with people without their acknowledgement. Example, you meet a girl, and when y'all first meet, she tells you she's a fashion designer. Immediately you just start thinking of how she gonna dress you. You start thinking of how she can, you know what I'm saying, you can go shopping with her. You just start dreaming up a life with her. You know what I'm saying? You start dreaming up a life immediately. Or even if it's not immediately, even if it's after a couple days, you start dreaming of a life. You start dreaming while standing still, in a sense. You're dreaming while you're in place. You're dreaming in the future while not looking where your feet are at. This is what this video is on today. And not only when you meet a woman, but this is anything in life. This is in any situation where you can ultimately go past where you are, where your feet are, just by dreaming, just by thinking, having a daydream. Or, you know what I'm saying? You can go past where your feet are. You can dream, and you can create any reality you want past your feet, because it's your mind. So once you know what I'm saying, you can put this person on the pedestal, or you can hate this person for no reason, simply because it's your mind. You know what I'm saying? And they have no inclination. That's the main thing to understand, is that they have no inclination that you're even thinking of them. They have no idea what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And you think something's going on, nothing's really going on. It's all in your mind. It's all in your, you know what I'm saying? It's all and only in your reality. Your dreams and your thoughts are only in your reality. So when I'm saying this, I'm saying how you can create a false identity for someone. You can create a false identity for a friend, or for a loved one, or for anybody. For anybody you met, you can create them a false identity just by dreaming, just by daydreaming, just by standing still but dreaming forward, just by envisioning a life, or just by creating a life, a false life, creating a false future, creating something that's not really there. You know what I'm saying? You can do this easily. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you first meet someone, you can easily just you know what I'm saying? You can make somebody who you want them to be. You know, whether it's in their presence or not in their presence, you can make them out to be who you want them to be, versus what they're actually showing you. I just wanted to make a vid to make this this feeling or this action present. You know, we're gonna acknowledge it. We're gonna acknowledge this action of daydreaming and of, you know what I'm saying, creating. I've already explained it. I don't have a word for it. I don't have a set of words for exactly what it's called. Where you're just looking beyond what's actually there. You're trying to create what you want, versus just taking what's there. Talking about the repercussions of this. You know what I'm saying? Because there are repercussions to doing this. You know what I'm saying? You can lead yourself astray. You lead yourself astray. You feel me? You lead yourself into maybe a pit, or, you know what I'm saying? You lead yourself astray because you're telling yourself these things like, hey, you're telling yourself these false things that aren't real. You're telling yourself you're creating false narratives. You're creating false stories in your brain, in your head, about this person that they have no inclination of. And what is inclination? What does that mean? They have no, beyond say, they have no idea. They have no, like, let's say you're your tall self and there's an ant on the ground, and the ant is the inclination. Well, the ant is representative of the idea. The ant is representative of your ideas of them, or their ideas of you. Yeah, the ant is representative of their ideas of you, and you're the person they're thinking of, and the ant is representative of their ideas of you, and you're yourself, and their ideas of you is an ant. Are you gonna? When last time you saw an ant? When last time you physically saw an ant? When last time you saw an ant with your eyes? You got that low on the ground to see it? You haven't. Okay. Well, that's what no inclination means. That you have no inclination of that ant. You can't even see it. You don't even realize it's there because it's so small. It's so meek. It's so nothing to you. It's the same way. That's what inclination means. That they have no inclination. They have no idea in anywhere in God's green earth as to how you came up with this conclusion of them. How did you grab this out of thin air, just throw it at them? And it becomes foreshadowing. It becomes casting, it becomes what is that? Where you throw stuff on people. I forgot what it's called. It becomes that though. It becomes that where you just instead of, you know what I'm saying, you're throwing your ideas and thoughts on the people, and you're basically ultimately just you are sitting in a reality that's not true. You are trying to make the person out to be someone they're not. And this can harm you when you let it simmer. When you give it weeks and months, and you just let these thoughts that you have with this person build and get stronger. They get stronger. How does they get stronger if you're not even having contact with this person? I don't know, but that's how it works. That's how the mind works, bro. That's how the mind works. It gets stronger and stronger, and you start to believe these things. Not only do you start to believe them, you live life through this lens of that this is true. So you move like this is true, and that person has no inclination of what you're even, they're totally lost. So this is why it's important not to create these false dreams, not to create these false nuances. You know what I'm saying? Not to create these false, what's the word? Reasons, these false reasons, okay? Not to create these false images of people. You know what I'm saying? It's important not to create these false images of people, bro. It's highly important because it's detrimental to you. It stops you. It doesn't matter what it's doing. They don't care. It stops you. Like I said, focus. I said this in the last video. Focus is all that matters in life. Where you put your focus is where your energy goes. So if you're putting focus towards this false illusion of a person, this false daydream that's not even real, you're putting focus and effort towards that. You're putting energy towards that. You're not even putting energy towards yourself. You're not even putting energy towards anything that's real. That is false. It's not like it's an actual, y'all are in person and you're like having a conversation like, oh, we can do this and we can do this. No, you're not together and you're thinking of, oh, I can do this with. It's false. And it's only detrimental. Not catastrophically, but it's detrimental, you know what I'm saying? Minimally, So we don't do this. We instead realize where our focus is going, and we bring our focus back to ourselves. We only bring our focus to things that are tangible, that we can touch, things that are in our presence, things that we understand to be true versus things that we want to be true. It's what I want to say. I think I've said enough, though, honestly. I think I've really gotten my point across as to how you shouldn't create false identities of people in your mind and then try to live them out. And then more importantly, try to approach them with this false identity, that you've made of them, and you approach them in the lens of, hey, this is you. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, what? They have no inclination. They have no idea where you could even come up with this perception of them, let alone how you could let it fester and mold and become something so grand, yet so flawed and so false. Such an illusion. But it's so grand, it's so massive in size and so complex and so meticulous, but it's false. It's an illusion. It's not the true reality. And so this is how you can simply don't create false perceptions of people. Instead, just if you have any questions, just ask them. If you have any questions, just ask them versus creating a false reality in your brain, in your mind. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this was just video on that. I don't know what the title of the video is going to be. Maybe creating false perceptions to people. Just want you to really get in your brain that you shouldn't do this. That this is not a healthy practice, and yeah, just bringing it to light as to what it actually is. But other than that, thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something, and I'll catch you on the next vid. Peace.